It's lit, bruh. What's up, people? This is One Piece chapter 838. First things first, cover page. We all knew it was probably gonna come. You see Shanks looking at Luffy's poster along with the red hair, or some of the red hair pirates in the background. Pretty sweet to see him finally looking at Luffy. I think this would be one of the first times, other than maybe his first bounty photo or when he was being carried off, of actually being able to see what Luffy looks like today, basically. But yeah, he's supposedly at some sort of wedding, says the bottom. Don't know whose wedding. If you look at the designs on his pants, they're a little bit more formal, I'd argue. Could it be his wedding with his baby mama from Luffy's village? I forgot her name. I believe it was Mako. But could Shanks be getting married right now? I don't know. Just a theory, anyways. Either way, so right into the chapter. So we begin with that chapter going back to the fight. So back to the fight where Luffy is gear 4th and he hit Cracker. So originally I thought that Cracker was gonna definitely be out for the count, but apparently I underestimated Big Mom's sweet commanders, because that nigga got right back up. And not only did he get up, he was able to actually like put up a fight afterwards, which was surprising, shocking, dare I say, even, because I was thinking definitely that with Gear 4th, when Luffy did face Doflamingo, I think he kind of was overpowering him like most of the time. It was pretty clear to see that Gear 4th was much superior to Doflamingo, but in this chapter we see as Luffy tries to attack Cracker, he actually is able to hurt him with his sword, which is a feat that I don't think Doflamingo was able to do, because I remember a few times he tried to hit him and Luffy just used like his haki and just hardened up and just hardened up and whatnot. But this guy actually is able to kind of slice his arm, which is kind of weird. Or not weird, surprising if you ask me. But what comes next is even more fucking surprising. The dude full out pulls like a sasori from Naruto. He fucking like pops out of his shell, because apparently the cracker thing entirely around him, that whole contraptment was just his devil fruit. The real Cracker looks less fodder-like, and by less fodder-like I mean, let's be honest, looking at Cracker or the pattern in One Piece in general, you generally see by their appearance if they're going to be like a filler tier character, maybe like some of the people from the Colosseum, or someone that's actually able to do some damage like a supernova. There's a clear difference in the art style. Like, for example, Cracker's art style, he looked big, a lot of things were exaggerated. He didn't seem like someone that really could be really feasible as anything more than a filler tier character, which is why it was surprising for me in general that he was actually able to withstand a hit until he pops out of his armor, and then I'm like, okay, I know I shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but this guy looks like he could put up far more than a fight. This might actually be difficult for Luffy. So we see Luffy do some shit here we haven't seen him do before, essentially a fucking Gear 4th Gatling. I'm fucking wetting myself at this point. He's fucking just, I don't know why they call it an organ, maybe I don't know what they're referencing there, but his Gatling in Gear 4th is apparently called Kong Organ. So he's just going to town, basically hitting over and over again with Kong guns, and all it's doing is breaking the armor but not really penetrating, getting through to the actual Cracker. So now we know that the wedding is coming up very soon, and that the Vinsmoke should be there very soon. And Luffy, from the last point we saw him during that fight, seems to be putting up a fight, but not really gaining any ground. My theory, the only way he's going to do that is if he pulls out something else. I'm hoping he doesn't have to pull out anything else for this fight. I'm thinking he might have to end it with a Kong gun. It might be, or a King Kong gun, like Dressrosa style. He might hit him with one, call it a day, destroy the entire forest and get out. Further than that, the mirror tactic. So I guess in shonens it's always, or not always, but a lot of the time it happens that one of the enemy's powers end up biting them in the ass, and apparently so it's going to happen in this case, because the mirror that Brûleur has apparently leads to all the mirrors in Dressrosa. So apparently our boy Bropper and the other Mank, I forgot her name, probably going to come out of the mirror and interrupt the tea party, which is just going to make for a bad time, which obviously means Luffy's going to have to save them, because Sanji's kind of incapacitated at the time. So all that means to me is that in the current time where we have Big Mom asking, what is the update on the pests? Luffy has probably won by that point. How he's won, I'm gonna assume it's by a King Kong gun. I'm gonna hope that he didn't have to pull out a new form for one of the commanders. Maybe I am still underestimating them, but I think that a King Kong gun will fuck that cracker up. Okay, either way. One more thing that I really noticed with Big Mom when she was really talking about the entire situation with the Straw Hats, it almost seemed a little bit sympathetic. It seemed like she kind of wanted them to succeed in a way. Maybe that's just what I gathered from that. She's just like, oh, this is the last day that they're going to be able to see their friends. After this, they're going to have zero chance. Which, you might argue that she's underestimating that, but I think that she's actually giving them some respect, like actually taking them as a threat, because even though her commanders are kind of dealing with the business right now, she's still... I get the feeling she's still kind of expecting something. And obviously at the end of the chapters we see that the wedding is coming up, or the tea party actually, and the Vin Smokes have arrived. We got, what are they calling them? Their names are fucking badass. We got Niji, Electric Blue. Imagine that. Using something like his father, Judge, some electric shit somehow, either through his hands, his feet. And then we got the eldest son, Sparking Red Ichiji. These guys seem like they're going to be serious. I don't know who's going to fight them. We don't have Zoro to back the captain up. We don't have Law either. It might be an all-out brawl between Luffy, Sanji versus the Vin Smokes, to be honest. Another theory I low-key kind of have is that the Vin Smokes might be planning something. They're looking a little bit too smirky. Like, Ichiji always has this disturbed smirk on his face, and so does Reiju. It's as if she knows something. And Yonji too, like he's laughing a lot for a situation like this. You think they might be taking it a bit more seriously, but maybe they're trying to get into Big Mom's territory so they could take that territory, because they don't have a land, and if they were to take that land, they'd be pretty formidable, and they would technically be known as an emperor, or Judge would be known as an emperor for having that land. Next chapter is going to be fucking lit. Either way, if you've been with me this far and you watched the entire video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, go ahead, give it a like. If you're not completely tired of hearing my voice, you could also give it a subscribe. You know, it's a free country though, that's your choice. Other than that, thank you very much for watching today, and have a good day.